Okay, so there is a war between Russia and Ukraine. There was a war between India and Pakistan. There is a war. There was a war between Israel and Iran. There is a new war that is going on between India and United States. That is war of the trade deal, India and United States. In that trade deal, the deal is not getting finalized because of the India associativity with Russia. Russia, the okay, so condition right now, everyone understands that United States is in a phase to save money and earn money because there is a lot of debt on the America. $38 trillion is the debt on the America as a country. $38 trillion. In that fashion, America is looking to compensate for the debt it has, and then to do something that there should not be debt accruing that is happening every year. That should go away, and there should be profit every year. In that fashion, it is looking for the controlling the expenditure and making the income more. To get the income more, it is talking about the tariff, and to have the expenditure zero or less, then it has to think about where the America is spending money unnecessarily, and that is Israel and Ukraine war. So Israel war is more or less tackled only the way how it is tackled, that America and Israel, they are forcing Palestine, I'm sorry, the Israel and Gaza Strip Palestine war, Gaza Strip war, they are forcing Gaza Strip people to starve of hunger. And with that fashion, all the rebellion, Hamas fighter or Houthi fighter or whoever, so they are coming to knee now because no one can see people dying of the hungerness. So these people, they are bending to their knee now that we cannot do anything. So it's all right, whatever you give the ultimatum, but we don't want to see our people die out of the hunger. So in that fashion, that war is more or less over. Next war is Ukraine and Russia war. That they are trying same way they did in Gaza Strip. They want to weaken Russia to an extent that Russia will never dare to make any war with the Ukraine, so that America spending on the Ukraine or European Union spending or supporting the Ukraine with the war of Russia, the way America and European or America was supporting Israel with the war with the Hamas and Houthi, and it was spending a lot of money. Now, a lot of money is being spent in the Ukraine side also to stop Russia to proceeding further to the Ukraine, and that money need to be saved. This money saving is only possible if Russia becomes weak, and Russia becomes weak only when Russia will be weak from the economic side, from the monetary side. Now they have declared sanctions against Russia now. I believe 18th sanction they have declared, and this is considered as the toughest sanction ever. Now worldwide the crude oil price is 67 to 69 dollars per barrel. One barrel is around 159 liter of petrol crude oil, or 136 kilogram of the oil. So now they are forcing Russia to sell its crude oil at $46 per barrel. Means if Russia sells it through sanction at this cheap rate, means Russia will earn a very little amount of money only. So Russia will have less money to spend on the war. Okay, this is what the philosophy that these countries are taking now, European Union and United States. They are completely attacking on the Russia crude oil power. Russia is a country which is not known for crude oil. The OPEC nation, that is Arabic country, Middle East country, they are known for the oil producing country. Middle East country, not the Russia. But right now, there are two consumer of Russia. Russia is producing oil in the Caspian Sea region. Their oil is found somehow, and two countries, that is India and China, they are growing their purchase from Russia, the crude oil. Okay, in that fashion, European Union and United, they are trying to break the backbone of the earning of the Russia, and backbone is right now crude oil. They have already sanctioned the food product and cereal that Russia used to sell around the globe, and it used to earn a lot of money. They have already sanctioned it. All the crude, all the food grains and cereal that Russia sells it is finally loaded into the Black Sea, and from Black Sea it enters into Mediterranean, and from there it goes. So at the I believe at the Turkey point where it enters into Mediterranean, they have placed a check out there. Means they have sanctioned the Russian kind of ships to go to, means whoever will buy from the Russia, any country, after all this will go to some country. Whoever will buy from Russia, he will face tariff from the American and European Union. So more or less people are avoiding buying from Russia now, and they try to buy from Ukraine. That is one of the major conflict between Russia and Ukraine. That they are European Union and United States, they are facilitating Ukraine in selling the food grain and cereal. Anyway, now Russia, after the sanction, Russia is selling crude oil now. And crude oil, that China and India are the biggest purchaser of the crude oil. Now they are placing the sanction on the crude oil also. So crude oil they are thinking as a last measure where Russia is earning money. If they can control the Russia's sale of crude oil, then more or less they will control the Russia's kind of earning globally. And in that fashion, then Russia will become weak, and Ukraine Russia war will be over. And European Union and America, they are spending money like water in the Ukrainian war, that money will be saved. Anyway, now big discussion is going on that who is buying from Russia? India is buying from Russia. Now they are trying to break India backbone now. And in that measure, 2 days prior, they sanctioned one oil refinery that is in Gujarat, Wadiner, Wadiner oil refinery that belongs to Naira Energy Company, and that it imports, it refines the crude oil that comes from Russia only. They have sanctioned in a way that Naira Energy, they will not be able to sell the refined oil around the globe now. Only they can sell only in India. If they were selling, there are many European companies, they were purchasing refined oil from the Naira Energy, which has refinery in the Gujarat. So no company would purchase, no country would purchase from the Naira Energy. So this way Naira Energy will stop purchasing crude oil from the Russia. There are many things that is going on. Now I was thinking, now Indian, I believe Mr. Hardeep Puri, he is the petrochemical minister in India. So now he has given a statement that India is not only buying crude oil from Russia, India is buying crude oil from 40 different countries. And India is not dependent upon Russia only. Since it is buying from 40 different countries and there is no paper on which India has signed that India will not buy from this country or that country as far as crude oil is concerned. So India will keep buying crude oil from different countries. This is what India is saying. Actually, I was saying that India actually buys crude oil from so many countries, the way Indian minister is saying, and what are the circumstances that how much India purchase crude oil, then how much it is purchasing crude oil from different countries, and how much it is dependent upon Russia. Because if I see 3 years prior scenario, then India was not purchasing crude oil from Russia at all. 5% or something people say. Means 10 years prior, India was not purchasing any crude oil from Russia at all. India is a major crude oil purchaser. India is, I believe, second largest crude oil purchaser after China. And India more or less it purchased crude oil from the Iraq, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. From these three countries, India primarily has been purchasing crude oil. What is the current scenario when Indian minister is saying India is purchasing crude oil from 40 different countries? What are those? Is it really true? Okay, I made a list. Okay, I was making a list that what is the reality, that how much India is purchasing crude oil. Okay, when I saw that India in 2023-24 time frame, India purchased 232 million ton of the crude oil. 232 million ton of the crude oil. Okay, 110 ton means 1000 kilogram. What is the right now in 2025? What is the India import of crude oil? India imported 2023-24 232 million ton of crude oil. Okay, what is the India import on daily basis right now? India import five up to five, 4.5 to 5 million barrel. One barrel is 136 kilogram, 159 liter. So 4.5 to 5 million barrel, that will come as I believe less than 1 million ton, less than 1 million ton of oil India is importing every day, every day. Okay, what is the share of Russia nowadays? If I see 2023-24 data, then India purchased $37.1 billion worth of crude oil from Iraq. Second one was Saudi Arabia, $32.7 billion. Third was Russia in 2023-24 time frame, and that was $25.5 billion. Fourth was United Arab Emirates, $14.8 billion, and then India is purchasing crude oil from United States also. United States export crude oil nowadays. So for $10 billion it purchased from US. This is the data of 2023 2024. I was trying to calculate the data of the 2024 to 2025 time frame. Okay, last year. Then India purchased $45.5 billion worth crude oil from Russia. In 1 year, Russia crude oil $25.5 billion. It rose to, so it risen to 240.5, $40.4 billion. $25 billion in 2023-24. It became $45 billion in 2024-25. We see the rise in the purchase of the crude oil from Russia. Now this 2024-25, India purchased 35% of its crude oil from Russia. In 2025 time frame, June time frame, last month June, India purchased 44% of its crude oil from Russia. More or less, India is going towards buying all the oil from Russia only, not from any other country. From 5% in 2021-22 time frame, now it has come to 44%. This way it is rising, and there the United States and European Union, they are worrying about it. Which India purchased around, I believe, around $130 billion of worth of the crude oil. If I add this, it will become 70, 100, and then it will become, yes, around $130 billion nowadays, or $135 billion worth, 145 $35 billion, $140 billion. That worth India is purchasing crude oil from international market. And 44% right now, presently it is buying from Russia only. Anyway, what is the current data now? 2024-25 data. From Russia, it purchased $45 billion worth of crude oil. From Iraq, 28. Iraq was 37, it slipped to $28 billion. South Saudi Arabia, 23. United Arab Emirates, 8.6. USA, 6.9. USA 1 year back, $10 billion India was purchasing. Now it slipped to $6.9 billion. Kuwait, $5.2 billion. South South Korea, $2.7 billion. Nigeria, $2.6 billion. Angola, $2.5 billion. Mexico, $1.83 billion. Colombia, $1.75 billion. Turkey, $1.6 billion. Brazil, $1.4 billion. Qatar, $1.3 billion. Greece, $1.1 billion. So top 15 I have given. So looks like the Indian minister is right. India is indeed purchasing oil from 40 different countries. But it is not something that giving a peace to the United States and European Union, because India is inching toward buying the petrol from Russia only. Probably next year, three-fourths of the crude oil India will purchase from Russia only, or next year India will completely purchase the crude oil from Russia only. What is the reason is Russia, till now Russia is giving 10% cheaper than the other crude oil. When these countries, now this country they're trying to sanction Russian ships also. Russian ship cannot go. Earlier all the crude oil were transported through ship, and ship with G7 nation ship. G7 nation means Germany, Italy, France, United Kingdom, United States, Canada, and Japan. Seven countries. Their ships were commuting the transporting all the crude oil. They had complete control over the globe crude oil shipment through the Suez Canal or whatsoever. Now, Russia had its own shipment. Now, they are not using their ships to ship their crude oil. Okay, they are controlling their ship now. No one else can ship their. At least Russia cannot ship. Now, Russia is using its own ship called shadow ships, and that shadow ship they are again trying to control it. Now, Russia is trying to ship through the pipeline now. Anyway, it is already northern pipeline. It is giving the crude oil to till Germany. That pipeline is now they have put the pipeline under the ground, and that is giving the crude oil till Germany. So they have stopped it there also. Now there is a high chance that India would get the crude oil from Russia through the land line only. That will be from the Caspian Sea. It will come through Afghanistan and Pakistan and then India. There is a high chance. I believe to China they would be giving through pipeline only or through ship. They will try through pipeline only. They are giving to Germany through pipeline. This is what they will try in future. But this is what the situation is as far as the what is the reality, what is going on the ground, why America is angry on India and it is not signing on the trade deal because of this crude oil concept only. Anyway, who are the crude oil importer in the India? Which company they import crude oil into the India? If we see, then there is a Naira Energy supported by Russian company Rosneft, and then second is another company is Reliance Industry. So Reliance Industry it kind of process the crude oil to refined oil 1.5 million barrel 1.4 million barrel per day. If 4.5 million barrel is the import of India, then Reliance only it purify 1.4 process 1.4 million barrel crude oil per day, whereas Naira 0.45 0.45 million barrel per day. There are other which all they have a kind of crude oil purification plants. So those are IOC, I believe Indian Oil Corporation, BPCL Bharat Petrochemical, HPCL Hindustan Petrochemical, ONGC Oil Natural Gas Corporation. They also purify natural crude oil. Okay, others are like Bharat Oman Refinery Limited, Chennai Petroleum Corporation. There is something called Adani Wellspun Exploration Limited. There is Tata Petron Limited. These are the 10 company I could fetch. They process the crude oil in India. Okay, so this is the situation. I have another data also. Okay, so if I see the petrol bunk, how many these companies they own, then highest comes from the I believe there are 60,799 petrol bunks in India, and more or less there are 700 districts in India. 700 districts in India, more or less I believe if 700 districts are in India, if I divide by it, then it will come around 100 petrol bunks are there in every district of India. In every average 100 petrol bunk or 80 petrol 90 petrol bunks are available in every district of India. 7,000 into 7 into 10 will be 70,000 into 10 will be 7 lakhs. And here the number of petrol bunks in I'm sorry, number of petrol bunk in India is 60,000. If 700 districts are there, 700 into 10 7,000. I am right. Every district around 90 petrol bunks are there in India. Anyway, every district on average, I believe there are on an average there are 20 blocks are there. If I see the block, then I believe there are around 15 blocks are there in every district. Around 15 blocks are there. So if I count blocks by, then every block has around 5 to 6 petrol bunks are there. Every block. That is the present situation. Maximum are from IOCL, Indian Oil, and they have 26,849 petrol bunks in India. Next is Naira Energy 6,386, on which the European Union has placed the sanction. Means Naira Energy now they cannot buy any land. All the land outside India, all the land they have that is frozen now. Bank accounts, everything they have frozen it. This is Naira Energy. Okay, Reliance has 1,427 petrol bunks in India. SR has 2,225 petrol bunks in India. History of petrol is that in Digboi, Assam, first crude oil reserve was found in 1889 only by the British at that time. 1960, discovery of gas field in the Assam and Gujarat was found. And 1970, ONGC discovered large reserve of the gas, I believe, in the South Basin fields. South Basin field, I believe it will come to, I believe, southern part of India only. Okay, so Hardeep Siri Puri is right, and India is moving toward big business with the Russia as far it is leaving US to UAE to Saudi Arabia to every country, and it is directly trying to get attached to the Russia. If Russia, I believe, then if US does not want India, then probably it will try to purchase from the Iran also, because Iran is also ready to give at cheaper price. So more or less, India will leave the side of US side completely, and it will buy from all the country that is against the US, and that is becoming a red mark with the US-India relationship. Okay, we will see it how it proceeds, or India will the way India is avoiding buying from Iran, because United States does not want that anyone should buy from Iran. If United States is now openly saying that you cannot buy crude oil from Russia. They have put sanction on the Russia. Let's wait and watch that what India would do now. India wants cheap crude oil from Russia, or India wants trade deal signed with the USA.